Hello everyone, how's it going? And welcome to today's Wild Rift video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Jinx. Now, the gameplay that I'm going to show you today was a bit of a wild game, pun intended. It was a crazy 4 versus 5 situation where my jungler decided to just run it down mid. It was really awkward, but I kept my mental. I was like, okay, I'm playing Jinx. I'm playing lethal tempo Jinx as well, which is really strong right now in the current meta. And I was like, you know what? I can carry this game. And that's exactly what happened. But yeah, with Jinx, I did a video before about Kraken Slayer Jinx, but I honestly think that lethal tempo Jinx is a lot better. You'll see in the gameplay that when you're using your rockets, it becomes absolutely insane. The amount of attack speed you can get with the rockets, which most of the time, you don't really get that much attack speed with the rockets because the attack speed is very low on the rockets compared to the minigun form. So just walking around using your rockets and spamming them is just so much fun, and it does a lot of damage. But first things first is the build. Storm is still a great item, works really well with Jinx as well with her rockets. Her rockets work really well because she gets the extended range from rocket form, so she's able to use that to get the slow, to get the energized stacks, to get the slow on enemy champions, so she can follow that up with her second ability with her zap to slow even more, and that allows her to chase down enemies to try and get the resets from her passive. Gives her attack damage, crit rate, attack speed, all great stats for AD carries, as what I always mention. Infinity Edge as well. Storm Razor, Infinity Edge, a great combo. You get 50% crit chance. Your crits get to deal 230% damage instead of 200%, and you get a big, massive bucket load of attack damage. Now, as you'll see with this build as well, as I keep going on, there's not a lot of attack speed because lethal tempo is our rune. If we were playing Kraken Slayer, we'd probably need a little bit more attack speed instead of, you know, Bloodthirster as the final item. But the next item is Mortal Reminder. This is your armor penetration item. Serrader's Grudge doesn't really work for Jinx at all. Like, it only would really work if you use your ultimate to slow a bunch of enemies at once. But to be honest, most of the time you want to leave your ultimate to right at the end to kind of execute the enemies, because it does more damage to enemies that have more missing health. So most of the time you're going to be running Mortal Reminder with all that attack damage. You got the armor penetration as well, and you also get to deal grievous wounds as well, so you reduce the healing of the enemy champions. Then you have Runa's Hurricane. Runa's Hurricane is a great item for Jinx. It allows her to strike 2 additional enemy champions or even enemies in general. It can be minions as well. Doesn't have to be just enemy champions. Each of them deal 40% of your attack damage, and these can also critical strike and trigger on hit effect. So this works really well in team fights with her rocket form. If enemies are grouped up together, then the Runa's Hurricane procs will spread, which means that even if she's not attacking the unit that actually dies, you'll still get a takedown anyway if the Runa's Hurricane proc has spread. So it means that she can proc her passive a lot easier, she can deal a lot more damage during the team fights as well, and also her wave clear becomes better as well. Her wave clear isn't too bad anyway with her rocket form because it does AoE damage, but with Runa's Hurricane on top, it helps her out a lot with her wave clear. You get a lot of attack speed, you get the crit rate as well. So at this point of the game, you'll get 75% crit rate with these 4 items: Storm Razor, Infinity Edge, Mortal Reminder, and Runa's Hurricane. So at this point of the game, you pretty much become unkillable. To make you even more unkillable, you then go for Bloodthirster as your final item. So you're going to be attacking a lot already with lethal tempo. Whether you're in minigun form, in rocket form, it doesn't really matter. You're still going to be attacking a lot and dealing a lot of damage, and also your attack speed is going to be ramping up with lethal tempo. That means that you'll get a huge benefit from the physical vamp that you get from Bloodthirster. Obviously, it also gives you a lot of attack damage, also gives you the crit rate. So when you build the Bloodthirster as your final item, you get 100% crit rate. You also have the overshield as well. So if you have any assassins jumping on top of you or anything like that, you get that little bit of an overshield to protect you. But most of the time you want to play Jinx with enchanter supports like Lulu, even Sona, Nami, Yumi, anyone like that really works really well with Jinx, because all the healing with Ardent Sensor, with everything as well, just makes Jinx even more powerful because she's all about the auto attacks, not really about anything else. For the boots, Gluttonous Greens is okay. You can go for this if you feel like you need a little bit of physical vamp in the early game to help you out. However, it's probably best to go for defensive boots, either armor boots or magic resist boots for the Mercury treads, for the reduced crowd control, depending on the enemy team. Obviously, if you're against a lot of AD champions, go plated steel caps. If you're against a lot of magic damage champions and if they have a lot of crowd control, then go for Mercury treads. But most of the time you want to go for Protobelt as your boots upgrade, because Jinx doesn't really have a lot of mobility, so having that dash with the Protobelt to get away to safety is really nice. Sometimes you go for stasis if you feel like you need to. If you're against like a Rengar or a Kha'Zix or even Evelyn, stasis could definitely help you out. But Protobelt is just to allow you to keep that distance, so you can use your rocket form at range during them team fights to just deal a lot of damage at range. As I mentioned with the runes, lethal tempo, really strong right now for Jinx. You can stack this up really quickly in minigun form, and you can just quickly change to rocket form. And as I said, the attack speed that you get in rocket form at full stacks with lethal tempo is completely disgusting. I mean, you already do a lot of damage already, but this is just more damage on top of that as well, because the attack speed just allows you to deal more attacks per second and just allows you to deal even more damage. So really good rune for Jinx. I think Kraken say is like okay, but it just means you have to build like another attack speed item really, because Jinx with a low amount of attack speed is okay, but it doesn't really benefit her a lot. She likes a lot of attack speed, she likes a lot of attack damage, so this is a good balance between the two with the runes and also the build. Hunter Vampirism as your next rune, physical vamp and scaling AD and physical vamp every single time you get a unique takedown. I have been trying out Giant Slayer quite recently as well. I think Giant Slayer is really good if you're against a lot of bruisers with a lot of health, stacking health. Black Cleaver, Divine Sunderer, even tanks as well, like maybe Shen, Garen. If you're against anyone like that, then Giant Slayer can definitely also be useful. But most of the time on a standard game, you know, if you don't want to be as flexible as possible, most of the time with these runes, they are very flexible depending on the enemy team comp. But most of the time you want to go for Hunter Vampirism. Same with Nullifying Orb, really strong rune, but you can go for like Hunter Titan, Adaptive Carapace, Bone Plating, again depending on the situation of the enemy team. And then your last one is actually a Mana Flow Band. Now the reason you go Mana Flow Band on Jinx is because most of the time you're going to be using rocket form during team fights, and in rocket form every single time you auto attack you will lose mana. Now obviously you're going to be dealing a lot of attacks with lethal tempo in rocket form, and you actually see your mana bar just go slowly lower and lower and lower and lower, and then you're just like, oh, I've run out of mana completely. But Mana Flow Band helps with that. If you do use rocket form a lot, and if you do feel like you run out of mana, then Mana Flow Band is great. You could prop this really easy during the laning phase by using your second ability to poke, which is quite nice, or landing, I think, your third ability as well with your traps also works. But yeah, just having that extra 300 mana just allows you to auto attack a few more times during the team fights with your rocket form on your first ability. If you don't want to go Mana Flow Band, probably best to go maybe Sweet Tooth. You don't really need Hunter Genius, to be honest with you. Probably Sweet Tooth is the best option for that. And if for some of the spells, Flash and Exhaust. But as I said, this gameplay I think you're all going to enjoy, so make sure you stay tuned. It's a bit of a banger, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little bit of a banger. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you all in the next Wild video. Peace.
Welcome to Wild Rift.
Let's get this sparkle party started.
Minions have spawned.
I'm fighting for peace and justice and... whatever.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Nice.
Ally slain.
Nice.
Aw, did I hurt your feelings? Protecting the universe, one bullet at a time.
Enemy slain.
What's that? Is it shooting? I love shooting.
Nice. That's though people decide to run it down in a mobile game.
Hate to be ruthless, but
How sad does your life have to be? How sad does your life have to be to just run it down in a mobile game like that? Your life must be pretty low. Crazy.
What's next? Is it shooting? I love shooting. Oh no! Don't make me break the guardian code.
Must have a pretty low life to int like that.
Twinkle, twinkle, legal stuff.
Top turret is under attack.
Unlucky, I guess.
One bullet at a time.
Unlucky, I guess. I guess I should have ended it last game and not this game. Also don't have enough mana for ulti.
Now that's a winning combo. Combo blast.
You have slain an enemy. Ally slain.
Part of being a star.
I said of course I don't have enough mana for ulti and then I get ulti in time anyway.
Protecting the universe.
That's not bad.
One bullet at a time. What's next? Is it shooting? I love shooting. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'll do it for you. Twinkle, twinkle, legal stuff. He could be ruthless, but oh wait.
You know what? At least Draven didn't get the kill. This is fine because Draven didn't get a kill. Now Draven's gonna get a kill.
And just
Okay, he didn't. Oh, maybe not. JK. Maybe not JK. I mean, Draven still has stacks, so he's probably gonna get it now.
protecting the universe, one bullet at a time.
Top turret is under attack.
What's next? Is it shooting? I love shooting.
Top turret is under attack.
Combo blast.
You have slain an enemy.
Justice then.
Slain.
Oh, if my W went off there. Oh, if my W went off there, it would have been fine. Fuck.
Bottom turret is under attack.
I'm fighting for peace and justice and whatever.
First turret destroyed.
How sad is this in Mumu's life though?
Nothing personal. I'm obligated to trash you.
The enemy team has slain the dragon. Top turret is under attack. Turret lost.
Protecting the universe, one bullet at a time.
team has slain the Rift Herald.
Star Guardian Spec Sprint.
Slain an enemy. Shut down.
No! Fuck, man. How is that in range? Oh, man.
Enemy is dominating. Middle turret is under attack. Turret lost. Middle turret is under attack.
Hate to be ruthless, but oh wait, no I don't.
That's close.
Nothing personal. I'm obligated to track. But oh wait, no I don't. Don't be so hard on yourself. I'll do it for you. That was stellar. Get it? Star Guardian? Stellar? Nothing personal. I'm obligated to track.
Ally slain.
Legal stuff. This is the best part of being a Star Guardian. Warmed up. Can you say shopping spree? Onward to glitter and glory. A melody. Star Guardian's best friend. Oh no! Don't make me break the Guardian code.
Middle turret is under attack.
Legal stuff. Hate to be ruthless, but oh wait, no I don't. Nothing personal. I'm obligated to track. Glitter Angel. Now that's a winning combo.
Wonderful.
Can you say
Winnable.
free? I'm fighting for peace and justice and whatever. A Star Guardian
Ally slain.
might
Shut down. You are on a killing spree. Ally slain. Double kill. Rampage.
done. I face myself.
What's next? Is it shooting?
I'm trying hard in this game, chat.
I'll try to make this painless. Honest. I'm fighting for peace and justice and whatever. Oh no! Break the guardian code.
How the fuck did that hit me?
Triple kill. Killing spree. Shut down.
Nothing going back. Close.
Can you say shopping spree?
That was close.
I'm a shooting star. What's next? Is it shooting? I love shooting. Legal stuff. Nothing personal. I'm obligated to trash you.
Fuck! Man! Going to super tanky this game.
Glitter and guns. Now that's a winning combo. I'll try to make this painless. Honest.
No, better.
What's
Maybe I know you better. Maybe I know you better.
good as your gun?
Enemy bottom turret is under attack. Enemy slain.
Stellar. Get it? Star Guardian. Stellar.
Bottom turret is under attack. Enemy slain. Enemy turret destroyed. You have slain an enemy.
How did I knock him over the wall and I didn't go over the wall? Oh my god. Oh my god, that's brilliant. That's fucking brilliant, actually.
Now that's
How did I knock that? I knocked Darius over the wall. And then he was like, yeah, cool. Calm.
Killing spree.
onward to glitter and glory.
I guess we're gonna win this game with this Amumu.
turret is under attack.
For peace and justice and whatever. A Star Guardian's best friend.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Combo blast.
You are on a killing spree. Enemy turret destroyed.
Never gonna let me go. Never give up, chat.
Onward to glitter and glory.
This game tells you one thing. If you want to learn one thing about this game, is never give up.
Can you say shopping?
Never give up. With a little dab at the end.
Double kill.
Let's go.
Rampage.
4 versus 5 game, baby. Whew, what a game to end it. What a game. Never give up, chat. If people are going to run you down, never give up. You can always win 4 versus 5 games. Always, chat, always. You can always win 4 versus 5 games. This Amumu completely ran it down, and we still won the game. Beautiful. What a great way to end it, chat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.